Nikkei Asia News Roundup
with Jada and Brian. Welcome to the Nikkei Asia News Roundup with your hosts Jada and Brian,
bringing you the latest updates and insights on the dynamic world of Asia and more.
Now let's delve into the headlines. This program is brought to you by Nikkei.
As Southeast Asian governments struggle to deliver aid to survivors of recent cyclones and other storms, regional insurers are calling for so-called new models to strengthen regional resilience to climate-driven events, which the industry now regard as structural risk drivers.
Nepal's anti-graft body has filed charges against 55 people and a Chinese construction company, including 5 former ministers and senior bureaucrats, over alleged irregularities in a Chinese-funded airport in the country's tourist hub.
A requirement that all new smartphones sold in India come with a pre-installed, undeletable app developed by the government has sparked a furor in the country as activists raise concerns about the risk of surveillance.
The Asian Development Bank lifted its overall growth forecasts for regional economies on Wednesday, though expressed concern over possible negative effects from lingering trade and financial market uncertainties.
Uber Technologies plans to invest more than $2 billion in the Japanese market over 5 years to expand its presence, its CEO said in an exclusive interview, in which he pointed out that the Japanese taxi market is the single largest in the world.
The Bank of Thailand, the country's central bank, is planning a new credit guarantee measure to help small and medium enterprises access loans more easily, to help them recover from a liquidity crunch amid a weak economic outlook. Now moving on to the next segment.
Global matcha craze causes shortages of tea leaves and machinery. Japan is facing matcha shortages as consumers and businesses around the world join the green tea boom. Even though tea farmers are switching from producing leaves for regular green tea to those for matcha green tea powder, output is still falling short of demand, and processing machinery is also in short supply. Matcha is made from a different variety of green tea and is also grown differently from sencha green tea, so it's like growing totally different agricultural products, noted the head of Maruyama Tea Products in Shizuoka Prefecture, a major tea-producing region in central Japan. It sometimes takes 2 years or more for growers to convert from one variety to another. The U.S. is the biggest importer of green tea, far outpacing other locations, but Europe and the rest of Asia and Australia are also major buyers. Much of this boom is due to the popularity of matcha. Japanese beverage maker Itoen says matcha has become an alternative brew for many due to soaring coffee bean prices.
What Trump's U-turn on NVIDIA in China means for AI memory and more. Christmas may have come early for NVIDIA. President Donald Trump said in a social media post on Monday that the U.S. government will allow the AI titan to sell its Hopper 200 chips to China in exchange for 25% of the sales. Trump said the same approach will apply to AMD, Intel, and other American companies. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang has previously said the world's second-largest economy is a market that cannot be replaced by any other country, and missing out on it will hurt the U.S. more than China. NVIDIA's major Chinese customers include internet giants such as ByteDance, Alibaba, and Tencent. Despite Washington's new stance on the H200 chips, however, a triumphant return to the Chinese market is far from assured. It's unclear if the H200 is enough to win back the China market, as the country's homegrown solutions, including Huawei's Ascend AI chips, and Cambricon Technologies' offerings are becoming more capable of competing with NVIDIA.
And now for news highlights. Today we are sharing a couple of Nikkei Asia's most well-read stories in the last few days.
And there is a recurring topic. We've talked about this numerous times, but again, it seems like tensions have flared up across the Thai-Cambodia border. And some of our articles have ranked high, drawing in a lot of readers. And I think one of the reasons is because it's saying that this time around is the most serious sort of clash.
I think that's one of the reasons. It's not just one story. We have two stories in the top 10, and there's probably, I'm betting there's a couple more that are getting close to the top 10 because it happened really quickly.
Yeah.
Because around morning our time, I woke up and checked the news, and suddenly I hear this several-month peace deal is breaking apart. So it happened real quickly, and it's still developing right now.
Yes. So just to briefly recount, the two countries have sort of been having a military crash. They had a ceasefire deal signed with the help of Trump, actually.
It was over the summer, right?
Yes. I think it was like in July or something. But now, it's sort of finger-pointing, right? Both sides are saying, no, they...
Yeah, like Thailand is saying that Cambodia spent the ceasefire planting landmines, and that's an accusation there.
Yeah.
And there's other things about what are workers like. We've had stories about migrant workers. It used to be a pretty free-flowing border, but now it's not, and that's affecting a lot of people.
Yeah. One thing that I thought was very interesting that one of the stories points out is that actually this sort of flare-up it might help Thailand's new prime minister, because he's sort of been suffering after his administration mishandled the floods and disaster situation. So this rise in military nationalism might benefit his administration, which I thought was very...
That's right. I wonder if it's related that these disasters, because there's been floodings and cyclones across Southeast Asia. A lot of countries are struggling right now to clean up after that and deal with the damage. And I'm wondering if that triggered some things in terms of it's complicated. I don't think anybody actually has an answer for that, but it is also engaging, as you said there. The new prime minister could be a test of his leadership and a test of global leadership, like other world leaders. Famously, Donald Trump's trying to get in there and help negotiate peace deals again. So we'll see how that one goes. Another, I guess this is business / again politics, but we've seen a lot happen in the semiconductor sector in the past couple of days, weeks as well. Earlier I briefly read out our story about Trump's U-turning over NVIDIA chips. It's allowing some of NVIDIA chips to be exported to China, but we have a story that was written after NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang spoke at an event. It was basically him saying, saying China is just a you can't miss market. You can't miss. He was saying basically if the United States doesn't address this, they're just ceding the ground to the second largest AI market in the world. And he's equating it to what China has as the Belt and Road infrastructure initiative, which has been going on for like 10 or 15 years now.
A decade.
And this is a technological version of this. Instead of railroads and ships, it's computing power.
Because the BRI initiative has already sort of helped China's leading tech company Huawei export or export its 5G tech. So now with it, Jensen Huang said it's an AI version of the BRI, but if Huawei and other Chinese tech companies are able to, penetrate other markets through this AI version of the Belt and Road, U.S. will be in a tough position.
And there's another sort of technology-related story on the top 10.
Yes. We have let me read the headline out. It's India builds Semicon City as heart of a chip-making sector. So it's about this government-backed project called Semicon City. It's a special investment region, actually in Gujarat, which is Modi's hometown.
That's right. It's his home state, isn't it?
Yeah. So it seems like a lot of money and efforts are going into this, but it's a huge project. So the article says that The development actually started about a decade ago, but, and it plans to make the area larger than Singapore, and it will be home to 2 million people.
Yeah, I remember the article said something like it's currently 22 square kilometers, which, okay, I guess that's a size. And it says they plan to expand it to over 900.
Yeah. It's a huge zone.
I'm glad we came up with the Singapore comparison because I couldn't visualize it otherwise, but that is huge.
Yeah, and a lot of companies are involved, obviously. Tata, one of the most famous Indian companies, is planning to invest in the zone to build India's first front-end fab, which is a facility that forms circuits and silicon wafers, so it's a crucial part of it. And it's not just Indian companies, but also foreign semiconductor companies building plants in India as well. So a lot of Japanese companies actually think it's a great opportunity and are trying to go into India and Gujarat.
One little fun one, just because in our top, actually broke the top 5, is about Toyota announcing they're releasing a ultra high-end luxury sports car to compete with the likes of Ferrari and Porsche.
Interesting. I wonder what ultra means.
Yeah, ultra is the price tag's about $250,000.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of ultra, and they quote Akio Toyoda, the head of Toyota, Toyota, not Toyota, is said he's frustrated that Toyota keeps on losing races. Which I thought was an interesting angle. I don't think he means business races. I think he means actual, like, race car racing, and he wants to, pun intended, rev up that end of the business.
And that brings us to the close of today's episode.
We look forward to having you join up again for the next edition of the Nikkei Asia News Roundup.
Stay informed, stay curious. Until next time, I'm Jada.
And I'm Brian. See you again, and take care. This program is brought to you by Nikkei.